Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Season 4, which is the final season of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So this is Netflix show, which is wrapping up now, and starring Kieran Shipka as, our Sabrina Spellman, Sabrina Morningstar, and boy was this season interesting. So I remember watching the end of the third season and being like, what the hell just happened? I don't even know if I could sit here and explain to you what happened in the season finale of the last season because it was so convoluted. There's so many things going on. And really what you get here in the fourth season is there's two Sabrinas. There's Sabrina Spellman, who is our, small town Sabrina, and you have Sabrina Morningstar, who's now living in hell with her dad and her hubby Caliban. And that's the thing about this season. There's a lot of tension in terms of romance in it, and all the way through to the very last moments of this season, they're really selling a particular love interest that I never really connected with or really bought into in this show. So I feel like that kind of took some of the juice out of it for me this last season. And they make some bold choices, and having Harvey dating somebody else, and you have Sabrina here, two different Sabrinas having their own love lives. And basically the running thread of this last season are the Eldritch Terrors. So these 8 things, there's 8 episodes. This season falls into being very much like a serial kind of monster of the week kind of thing, which seems to be very unpopular among a lot of TV show viewers nowadays, because you have one episode of a standalone episode of The Mandalorian and everyone's like, that was a filler episode. And it's just not every show has to be this constant ongoing specific thread of a story that feels like it's just an 8-hour movie chopped up into pieces. It's you can have that. And overall, I feel like this season did it decently well with the different terrors. Some of them were more interesting than others. Some of them were very weird. Some of them brought about some interesting dynamics, like bringing a lot of people back from the dead and challenging a lot of our characters for interactions with said loved ones. The most interesting, second to last episode of this season is one of the most interesting and ambitious episodes of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina that deals with a very meta plot with some very interesting cameos that really grabbed my attention. It also happened to be one of the shortest episodes of the show, which worked for its advantage because that's one of my biggest issues with Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. They feel like they're forced every episode has to be an hour or a little more than an hour. And they just feel like they're stretching out stories. They're trying to do so many subplots. I could explain the series finale of this show without the subplots and be like, wow, that was a big show. I'm like, oh, I didn't even talk to you about the 5 other things that happened in this episode, because there's so many different threads with Lilith and her demon baby, with Satan and with Lucifer, and just that's a whole entire thing, and different kinds of, you have different kinds of witches popping up, you have characters getting married, characters having newfound connections with some other characters, and there's just so many moving pieces in this show. And the cast is all very game. Everybody's really doing their best with what they have to work with. There's a fun episode where it had some musical covers and stuff like that, because you had a battle of the bands with a satanic band. So that was fun. There was a lot of fun episodes in this season. The series finale, I was okay with a lot of the things that happens, and it'll hit hard, especially if you really love this show. And then the last couple of bits of this show feel oh my god, really, this is how this is going to end, and I really didn't buy the final scene of this series, which upset me because, like, I have been enjoying this show as this has been on. And overall, I feel like this last season, it really leans into the Monster of the Week kind of thing. A lot of the episodes feel like they're on the same level, with one particular one really standing out and doing something interesting and different, which I appreciated. But in general, I think the final season of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is a fun, just overstuffed genre show that I think does a fine job in terms of offering some entertainment to wrap up this series. But those are my thoughts on Season 4 of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.